Request all the participants to kindly switch on their videos. So we have a Ruby team, we have chatbot team, we have Turing test, and we have TensorFlow and robotics. Participant of robotics, please switch on your video. We are waiting for our respected judge to join our meeting. In the meantime, we have our respected principal ma'am who has joined with us, and we have principal from Jabal Farasan School, Saudi Arabia. So I would like to request our respected principal ma'am, Ms. Sulekha Mehra, to address the students and the teachers who have joined. Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning, sir. Very good morning to the participants. I hope you are having a good time. Yes, it is a competition, but I think it's more of a learning experience. So we are learning from you. You are learning from us. This technological advancement and world has forced us to learn this computer technology from our children. We are so proud of you, children. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the effort that you have made. Good luck to you. And I think you are going to take back good memories with you. So all the best, and present your paper in a very, very interesting and healthy competition.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The principal from overseas, if would like to add something, we would love to hear you, sir.
Principal ma'am from Jabal Farasan School, Saudi Arabia, Jabal Farasan International School, Saudi Arabia. Ma'am, I would like to request you to.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Good morning.
Sir Shehzad. Sir, are you?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome,
ma'am.
Thank you for the effort. Thank you for the effort, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to host you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And this is a real pleasure for me also. You are not new to me. You are very much familiar to me because my sister is working in your school. So we always talk about you. And I always get guidelines from your expert comments. And I'm very, very happy that all my students have participated in the competitions. And we are very, very blessed to have you here also. And inshallah, in future also, I will wholeheartedly pass in all the competitions. So I hope that my students will perform well today also. And best of luck to all the students.
Definitely.
Yes.
This is our first virtual celebration, ma'am. We always have this program in our school, but henceforth we have decided that we will have it in school, plus we will have it online as well for our all participants who have joined us this year. Please look forward to this kind of competition next year also. We are going to have it online also. Inshallah.
Inshallah, because by that virtual only we all get connected to each other. Otherwise, we won't be able to do that. And
Yes.
my students, mashallah, they have done a wonderful job. I'm very happy that within a short duration of time they have prepared and they showcase their talent also in front of international schools. And I'm very happy to see the competitions designed by your team. Wonderful competitions. Every competition has a peculiar feature, and we were really surprised to see that now we can also host these kinds of competitions. And this
Of
research
course.
paper, yeah, this research paper, it is really technical. And
Ji.
though the students were very young to do so, but they tried hard. And I want to congratulate Rais Ahmad sir and his team that has done a wonderful job. So your support system is very strong. So
Very strong.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's
yes,
what.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
yes,
Ji.
mashallah, it's very good.
Mashallah. Ji.
So
So
thank you so much.
thankfully, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. From the core of my heart, I really feel honored to host you.
Thank you so much.
So God bless you.
Thank you
Same
so
to
much, ma'am. Ma'am, our respected judge, Dr. Tanveer Ahmad sir, has also joined us. So may we start with the dua?
Yes, please, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek protection in Allah from Satan, the rejected one.
पनाह चाहती हूँ मैं अल्लाह की शैतान मरदूद से.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
शुरू करती हूँ मैं अल्लाह के नाम से जो बड़ा मेहरबान निहायत रहम वाला है.
وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. Your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him and that you be dutiful to your parents.
अपने रब का फैसला सुन लो कि उसके अलावा किसी की बंदगी ना की जाए और माँ बाप के साथ अच्छा सलूक किया जाए.
إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما. If one of them or both of them attain old age in your life, say not to them a word of contempt, nor repel them, but address them in terms of honor.
और वालिदैन में से कोई एक या दोनों बुढ़ापे को पहुंच जाए तो उनको उफ भी मत कहो और ना उन्हें झिड़कना और बातचीत में अदब का ख्याल रखना.
واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. And out of kindness lower onto them wings of humility and say, My Lord, bestow on them thy mercy, as they brought me up when I was young.
और मोहब्बत में मेहरबान होकर अपने दोनों बाजू आजिज़ी के साथ फैला दो और उनके हक में ये दुआ करते रहो कि ए मेरे रब उन पर रहम फरमा जैसा कि मेरे बचपन की बेबसी में मुझे पाल पोस कर बड़ा किया था.
Sadaqallahul Aliyyul Azim. Said truly Allah, the Most High, the Most Sublime.
Let us start with the introduction of our honorable judge, Dr. Tanveer Ahmad sir. Our honorable judge for the events, Dr. Tanveer Ahmed sir, is a professor and HOD Computer Engineering Department in Jamia Millia Islamia University. Dr. Tanveer Ahmed sir is a doctorate of philosophy on the topic frequent and sequential pattern mining and their applications from Jamia Millia Islamia. He pursued MTech IT from IP University, Delhi in 2006 with distinction. He pursued his Bachelor of Engineering Computer Science from Bangalore University. Under his guidance, many students have been awarded PhD. His research papers have been published. His research paper has been published in many national and international journals. He has supervised many undergraduate and postgraduate projects and dissertations. His 60 plus publications have been indexed in Scopus and 70 plus publications indexed in Google Scholar. Currently, he is working as HOD Computer Science in Department of Computer Engineering, JMI, Jamia Millia Islamia. His total teaching experience is well over 25 years. Before we proceed, I would like to request our respected judge, Dr. Tanveer Ahmed sir, to kindly address the gathering.
Good afternoon to all of you.
Good
Good afternoon, Principal Sulekha ma'am. Good afternoon, the principal from Jawal School, Mr. Rais, and all the dear students. I received the papers which you have written by Mr. Rais yesterday. Has gone through the papers. It's very good to know that you people at this tender age is going to write such papers, of course, by finding from different sources. And this is a very good topic which is being selected by the organizers, because we are in the COVID times and there have been a lot of security threats also. All those threats are there, and you are the person who will be designing solutions for this at some point of time. Therefore, obviously, once you know what are the threats, what are the problems which can occur, therefore you can try to get to those solutions. And some of the recent solutions you might have read from the internet or the newspapers are burning issues. And you might be knowing that cybersecurity is one of the very recent areas of research where we work on how to come up with the best solutions. Now, you know that previously there was viruses, which was a threat, but now the things have shifted to a much higher level. Therefore, virus is just a thing where you attack your computer or maybe your any other device. But a cybersecurity is actually a cyber threat is going to actually target your bank accounts, your personal identity, and therefore that will have a magnitude of problems which is interlinked. Therefore, it's good that we are going to research on this topic, and best of luck to all of you. Uh, Therefore, hope you have prepared well, and we look forward to your presentations. Thank you.
So much, sir. Now let's have a look at the rules and regulations of the presentations. However, all of you have submitted your research paper in advance, and those research papers have been already evaluated by our respected judge, sir, Dr. Tanveer Ahmed, sir. And now, the rest of your evaluation will be based on presentation. So let's go through the rules and regulations. Here are the rules and regulations pertaining to the research paper that you have prepared on the cyber breaches in COVID times. The duration The duration of the presentation will be 10 minutes. You will be given 10 minutes to present your presentation. We have one participant from each school. The paper you have submitted is already in PDF form, which has been evaluated by your respected judge. And all of you have used professional fonts. The research paper has already been mailed. Now, for the presentation part, you should be using the presentation software. The presentation software we have not restricted to anyone. We have not restricted it to PowerPoint or Active Presenter or to Google Slide. You could have used any presentation software, whether online or offline. There is no restriction. So I hope all of you must be prepared, must be ready with your presentations. Now, you will be presenting the presentation before our respected judge and the audience, and the judge will be asking you queries based upon your presentation. So you will have to answer those queries, and after that it will be evaluated. So, sir, with your permission, can we start?
Yes, right, sir. Sure.
Thank you, sir. So, the first in our list is Ruby, the team Ruby.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You have the share permission, beta. You can share your screen and present yourself.
Yes, okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
It's visible, beta. All the best.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Please be a
A
bit
very
louder.
good. Okay. A very good morning to all the respected judges, teachers, and my dear friend. My name is Lavleen Mehra, and our team code is Ruby. In these times when we all are fighting against COVID and are locked down completely or partially, we have become more and more dependent on digital technology for most of the things we do in our daily life. COVID changed the way we live our lives. Being more and more dependent on cyber technology, we are more prone to cyber crime or cyber breaches. We as a human race are facing a double-edged weapon, survival against the attack of COVID pandemic on one side and to protect ourselves from cybercrime on the other side. Three reasons to robust cybersecurity measures. High-end dependency on digital infrastructure raises the cost of dependency. Cybercrime exploits fear and uncertainty. More time online could lead to riskier behavior. Different type of cyber attacks. First, message based attack. Second, malware attack. Third, email based attack. And the fourth, fake mobile application. Now, I will explain briefly how different types of cyber attacks take place one by one. First, malware attack. Cyber criminals create malicious software that on someone else's devices without their knowledge. Email based attack. Fake emails in the name of some re-owned agencies. A message based attack, a form of phishing smishing. Fake mobile applications. Cyber criminals have started certain huge number of fake mobile applications in the name of COVID-19. Now I draw your attention to the cybercrime at workplace. The COVID has changed the scenario how we work. Being at home has reduced the threat of physical crime but have increased the cybercrime. Cybercriminals are adopting the new tags and now targeting the people living in their home. As working from home become a gateway to new form of data breaches. Due to this, employees' personal information, intellectual property, key to infrastructure is at risk. Back in March 2020, many governments around the world imposed lockdown, advising that anyone who could work from home should do so. Initially, this sounded appealing to many employees, but this resulted in increase in cyber breaches. Boys' locker room. Boys' Locker Room was an Instagram scandal allegedly involving a chat of teenage boys from Delhi. It started on May 3, 2020, when members leaked chat from the group, including obscene images of around 15 girls. Despite of ongoing lockdown in place for COVID-19, the investigation was reportedly expected with the help of Delhi Commission for Women Chief Swati Maliwal. On 6th May 2020, one of the students responsible for starting boys' locker room was arrested. Because being a juvenile, their result is awaited. Biggest data breaches of 2020. Number of data breaches in 2020 has almost doubled with 3950 cases as against 2103 reach breaches in 2019. Let us look at the biggest breaches of 2020 till now. First, Twitter hack. Twitter took the whole internet by storm when it was hit by one of the most brazen online attacks in social media platform. Suffered a breach where the hackers verified Twitter hacked account. Hackers posted fake tweets from these accounts offering to send $2,000 for $10,000 sent to an unknown Bitcoin address. Second, Marriott data breach. On March 31st, 2020, the hotel chain Marriott disclosed a security breach that impacted the data of more than 5.2 million hotel guests who used their company's loyalty application. Third, MGM data dump. Last year in 2019, MGM Resorts suffered a massive data breach. The news of the breach incident started to circulate in February 2020 when hackers leaked the personal details of 10.6 million hotel guests. But in the later findings, the number increased by 14 times, nearly 142 million, than the number recorded in February 2020. Fourth, Zoom credentials are for sale. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, various organizations across the globe work from home policy. In view of the situation, the Zoom video conferencing app became the most used application for the virtual meeting and got popular among the cybercriminals too. Within a short span of time, the application became vulnerable to various security threats and eventually became a victim of the data breach. In the first week of April 2020, the news of 5 lakh stolen Zoom passwords available for sale in dark web crime forms shook the application users. In the last, I want to conclude from power to major corporations, nothing in the world is immune towards cyber attack. The reason, said cybersecurity expert, is the growing dependency on the internet. The internet is becoming more and more integrated into our lives every single day. We live as a citizen and we as corporations and governments are become more interconnected and using the internet as part of that backbone of communication integration center. In last, more dependence on internet leads to more cyber attacks worldwide. Thank you. I would like to thank my all teachers who gave me an opportunity to participate in this wonderful competition and gave me a good exposure. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Ruby team. You have presented very well. Now,
Thank you, sir.
I would like to request you to stop your screen sharing. And then next in our list is chatbot.
Just Mr. Rais,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Just a couple of questions with Team Ruby.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Team Ruby, Loveleen Mehra. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon. Now, can you tell me what are the solutions to stop these security breaches? Anything what you can tell?
So if you want to stop
Any
the
idea then
breaches,
how we can stop these security breaches?
yes, I tell you. If you want to stop data breaches, you always have to be up to date towards your uh, cyber technology. If you are up to date and you have proper knowledge how to use your cyber technology well, you you are less exposure to cyber attack, or
Okay,
you're
you have
less.
used a word in the middle of your presentation as phishing. Okay, can you
Yes.
give an example of phishing?
Yes, it's example when cyber attackers hack your SMS via personal details by your SMS and emails. This is a phishing smishing.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, thank you, Ruby team. Thank you, sir. Now, chatbot team.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Cybercrime is the biggest challenge these days, with development and access to technology across the globe. A delightful morning to one and all present here. I'm Yashreen Fatma from class 9, and today I'll be presenting my topic in front of you all. The focus of my presentation is to give you all an overview about cybersecurity breaches during COVID-19. This subject can be divided into the following headings. What is cybersecurity breach? Factors leading to an increase in cyber attacks, active and passive attacks, cyber breaches during COVID times, security steps, and finally the conclusion. So in order to understand the entire topic, we must first know what cybersecurity breach actually is. A cybersecurity breach is any incident that results in an unauthorized access to computer data, applications, network, or devices. It results in information being accessed without any authorization. There are many factors which lead to an increase in cyber attacks. The first factor is the spectacularity factor. The spectacularity factor relates to the impact or damage that can be achieved by a malicious attacker. Next is the vulnerability factor. Since many companies might be using some outdated security systems or infrastructure, they become the target of hackers. Next comes the fear factor. Fear factor implies an attacker's intention to instill fear in the victims. Now I'll be talking about two types of attacks, that is active attacks and passive attacks. Active attacks are those attacks which are highly malicious in nature. They often lock out the users, they destroy the memory or files, they forcefully gain access to a targeted system. And examples of such attacks will include viruses, worms, malware, denial of service attacks, etc. Passive attacks, on the other hand, often employ some non-disruptive and covert methods so that the hacker does not draw the attention of the attack. Passive attacks will include tapping, encryption, and scanning. Moving on, I'll be telling about cybersecurity breaches during COVID times. Many threat actors have started to abuse the panic and discomfort of the COVID-19 pandemic, and they have started to conduct some special malware and phishing attacks around the globe. These include stealing passwords and other confidential data, Zoom bombing, denial of service and distributed denial of service, phishing and spear phishing attacks, and malware. So first, I'll talk about stealing passwords and other confidential data. Hackers and cyber scammers are really taking advantage of this pandemic, and they are sending some fraudulent email and WhatsApp messages. And these attempt to trick you to click into some malicious links or open attachments that are malicious in nature. These actions can reveal our username, password, and these can also steal money or any other sensitive information. Many organizations were affected from this password and email stealing. The WHO, World Bank, US Center for Disease Control and Prevention, US National Institute of Health, Wuhan Institute of Virology, all these were affected from password and email stealing. Next comes Zoom bombing. During this pandemic, many people are working from home. There has been a rise in cyber attacks as the usage of Zoom application for online meetings and classes has seen a very rapid increase. In this, the hackers, they arrive in the Zoom meetings and classes because they want to eavesdrop the conversation. It is known that they use one online tool which is called ZWAR Dial. With this tool, they get to know the IDs which are not secured with any passwords. Many of us might have attended such webinars or Zoom meetings where we have to only enter the ID and there's no password. So this is what the hackers target. Next comes the distributed denial of service attack and denial of service attack. This is when internet resources come to a halt. So in August, NZX staff in Auckland Council succumbed to this distributed denial of service attack, which caused operational chaos for many, many days. On April 10th, a 19-year-old from Breda, Netherlands, was arrested for conducting this DDoS attack on March 19th. This attack was against government websites, that is overheat.nl and midoverheat.nl. So these websites, they used to provide the Dutch citizens with important information that is related to the pandemic. Next comes phishing and spear phishing attacks. Phishing is a very common way that hackers obtain usernames, passwords for quite some time. It is actually a form of online identity theft. In February, a group of hackers pretended to be the CDC sent a phishing email to a manufacturing company in South Korea. This email was sent with one headline, which goes like this: Novel coronavirus outbreaks and safety measures in your city. And in bracket was written urgent. Anyone will obviously click that email by seeing that word urgent. In another case, hackers assumed the fake identity of an Italian WHO employee. The scam targeted vulnerable Italian communities that have been hit hardest by this outbreak. Next comes malware. Malware is actually a collective name that has been given to viruses, worms, Trojan horses, spywares, etc. In early June 2020, Honda announced that its customer service and financial service divisions were facing some technical difficulties. And later, it was found out that these technical difficulties were actually a cyber attack. In August, Canon was reportedly attacked in a ransomware attack by the Maze ransomware gang. And in this, 10 terabytes of data and private databases were stolen. Now moving on to security steps. This is one of the most important part of my presentations, something that we all need to know and follow. Keep personal information professional and limited. Keep your privacy settings on. Practice safe browsing. Whenever we go to a website that is malicious in nature, there will be a warning. What we need to do is not to ignore that warning and practice this safe browsing. Be careful about what you download. Make online purchase only from secure sites. Choose strong passwords. There are still people who use the word password as their password, any sort of number sequence, zeros. But these are very weak passwords. We don't need to keep passwords only for remembering them. Passwords need to be strong because they're protecting our accounts. Be careful about what you post. Keep your antivirus program up to date, which will ensure that latest type of malware also does not attack your system. Be careful who you meet online. Now I'll be talking about some of the security steps that have been taken by Google and Microsoft. Google run its server centers by utilizing the custom equipment. This equipment runs on a custom file system and operating system. Microsoft, on the other hand, sets the facility perimeters on its data centers. All the individuals that are coming at these data centers are required to have a well-structured access point. All data centers are surrounded by surveillance cameras, and all footage is supervised by a security team. This alone explains us the importance of cybersecurity. Now I would like to conclude my presentation. Based on research, it is found that most business owners only take action on countering cybersecurity attacks after experiencing the attacks firsthand. But dear audience, we don't have a fraction of time or resources to experience everything by ourselves. We need to take action and learn from others' experiences. In my opinion, to ensure that incidents like this did not happen, precautionary steps should be taken from the front end to the back end of every process. Cybersecurity may be fought with technology, but it is people who triumph. We must invest in future generation of professionals who will carry on the fight. Thank you so much, all of you, for your attention.
Okay, Yashvin. Now, how to, you just mentioned in your presentation, the secure site or site which are not secured. Can you tell me how to find whether a site is secured or not?
Sir, in my presentation, I also mentioned that sites that are not secure, there will be a message that will come to us. Like sometimes we use Google and all. So there, whenever we go to a site that is malicious in nature, a message will come. So what we need to do is to not ignore that. We just go, we just leave that message. But we need to make sure that we don't go to that website.
Can you, if you just see the web address of a site, is it possible for us to just try to get to some conclusion that this is a secure site? Or do you know the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Some of the web addresses start with HTTP. Some start with HTTPS. Any difference between those two?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that.
Actually, HTTPS are secured ones. Therefore, if you see HTTPS, it is a secured one to some extent, and HTTPs are not secured. Okay. Just one more question. You just talked about ransomware. Okay. Can you tell me what is the mode of operation of a ransomware? How does ransomware operates? Any idea? Though
they hack the computer.
And what
like all the data gets removed, all the resources come to a halt. And
how do they gain then? How do the people gain after removing your data? Any idea how do they gain?
From the antivirus softwares.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, chatbot team. It was a very nice presentation. Now, I would like to request TensorFlow. Next in our list is TensorFlow.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, TensorFlow.
Yes, beta.
Good afternoon, judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I'm going to discuss a very small question with you all. Is our data even safe? You must be thinking, why am I asking this? Why is our data not safe? So first look at the reason why is our data not safe. The reason of our data not being safe is cyber breaches. A cyber breach is an data breach is an unintentional leak of our data. The steps mainly done to conduct it are research. The cyber criminal first researches about the company, that what are the loopholes in their system, what are the bugs, is there any malicious insider in that company. After finding it, the cyber criminal starts the attack After conducting the attack, if successful or not, he exits without leaving any trace or minimal as possible. Coming back to our question, am I safe? Let us look at the reason why are we not safe. The reason of
please
us
switch on your video first. Please switch on your video.
on मेरी side से
It's on. It's on.
it's on.
Okay. Okay.
The reason of us being not safe is that we give our data on almost every site. We do not look at the web address that if it is HTTP or HTTPS. S stands for secured. The sites which are secured have all our data encrypted. It means even if the hacker breaches it, the data will be stolen, but the data will be of no use to the hacker as it is already encrypted. The organizations have been neglecting the cyber data breaches for very long. Some companies have faced a data breach and then also not increased their security. So what should be done? The major part is that we should not give our data on every site. We should first look at if it is a trusted and a site which we can trust. Organizations must have backup plans and train their employees because a mere phishing attack can also cause a data breach. Now, let us look at some famous and popular data breaches of COVID-19 time. Twitter hack. Twitter hack happened on 15 July 2020, in which 130 accounts of high personalities, including Elon Musk and Bill Gates, were hacked. Hackers posted tweets like, "Send us 1000 Bitcoin to this BTC address and receive 2000 Bitcoin as our gift." In 10 minutes, before Twitter took down the post, in 300 transactions, the hackers earned $121,000. The second data breach on our leak is Zoom data for sale. Zoom data breach was one of the biggest of COVID time. This data breach is unique as the data stolen was not only sold but given out for free on public sites on the internet, not even on dark web, on normal web. Or if they were sold for only $0.1 per account, which is even less than a rupee. MGM data dump. MGM faced a data dump in 2019 in which it was estimated that 10.6 million users were affected. In 2020, we discovered not 10.6 million, but 142 million users were affected. Marriott data breach. Marriott faced a data breach in 2018. They should have taken some major steps to prevent this from happening in future. But once again, in 2020, it was found they have faced another data breach which caused 5.2 million guest leak. Magellan Health phishing attack. On 11th April 2020, it was discovered that Magellan has been a victim of phishing attack. But here, the company was smart, and as they found, they immediately informed the FBI and cyber forensics team. As a result, the leaked data could not be used for any unethical purpose. This data breach has not been confirmed as the company Paytm Mall keeps denying it, but the Sable, a cybersecurity firm, has confirmed by its sources that Paytm was a victim of a cyber breach in which the hackers asked for a ransom of $4,000. After looking at this, everyone must have a question: how can we solve this? So let us look at that. The main part is to educate the employees. As we saw, a phishing attack also caused a huge data breach. So we need to educate employees about this, that how to prevent them. We need to spread awareness. Everyone should know about these cyber breaches. Most of the people working in a huge organization might not even know what a cyber breach is. Update the systems regularly. We need to update our systems regularly. Make a cyber breach plan. In case a cyber breach has occurred, we need to find a way so everyone who was affected can know about it. Limit the number of people that can access this data. In older times, the data was kept on books, and those books were only accessed by a few people. We need to bring back that practice in the digital world also. Remote wipe and backups. We need to make a system in which we can immediately wipe out all the data in the system and later we can upload a backup. Find the reason of the breach. We need to find the reason of these breaches. What is the loophole? And there is one more way which we can do is We can encrypt all our data in our servers like many companies are doing, like WhatsApp. It is already encrypting all the calls and chats. So even if the hacker hacks their system, the data he got is of no use to him as it is already encrypted, and de-encrypting will be very tough as he does not know the key. Conclusion. Finally, we can conclude that breaches have been happening for a long time. Many organizations have been smart, but many, even after facing a data breach, have not done any major step and face another one in the future. So we need to have more focus towards these cyber breaches, or sooner or later we might face another huge data breach in which you or I can also be affected. I would like to thank all of the listeners for giving me your valuable time. Thank you.
Okay, TensorFlow. I saw your petition, or even I was simultaneously reading your research paper also. You just mentioned about Twitter. Can you tell me what about a fake bot? What is a fake bot? Any
Sorry,
idea
sir, I'm
about
not
a
aware
fake
of that.
bot?
I'm not aware of that, sir.
Okay. No, no problem. Now, have you do you know the word Bitcoin? What is it? How does it
Yes, sir.
work? Any idea? Yeah, tell me.
Bitcoin works on blockchain, sir. If I send you some like 500 rupees, we cannot track it. The reason is after sending, your Bitcoin address will automatically change if it was dynamic. And tracking it is nearly impossible because
You are on mute.
if you are
Yeah,
like
now it's fine.
if you are using a bitcoin.com wallet, it won't need an ID, but some Bitcoin wallets like Paxful need an ID. If your wallet was from Paxful, you might be able to track the Bitcoin you received. But if it was from bitcoin.com, I can never track that where you received that money from or what you received it and nothing. So we can
Okay.
say that that currency is hidden from the world.
Is it legal in India?
Yes, sir, it is legal in India.
Okay. Good. Fine. Now, just I wanted to tell to all these participants that fake bot is one of the very good area to work upon. Fake bots are basically robots which write tweets on the Twitter, and therefore the Twitter even believes that there are more than 20% of users are basically fake bots who are not genuine users. And since Twitter messages are very short, over 140 characters, and therefore it's possible to write some Twitter using natural language processing. And what they do is that they will write tweets just like a human being, and you will think that the person is a genuine human being, and people try to start following that bot. And it is widely used in elections where there are thousands and maybe millions of bots are created just to affect the users and just try to side with one of the candidates and try to write good things about one of the candidates. And therefore, Twitter is going to identify those fake bots and try to delete them. Therefore, that's one of the very which is now very much prevalent, that automatic computer program acts as a real Twitter users. That is one of the important thing I wanted to tell you all. Therefore, this is an area of work, and we are trying to find it how to find whether the particular Twitter account is genuine or not. Of course. Okay, fine. Thank you, TensorFlow Aman Nizam. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Aman Nizam. Thank you, TensorFlow. Now, next in our list is Turing test. I would like to request Turing test to start the presentation.
Yes, sir.
Turing test.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, beta.
Is my screen shared?
Yes, it is shared and you are perfectly audible.
Okay. Respected judges, teachers, and my fellow participants, myself Turing Test, and I'm here to present you my paper research on cyber breaches during COVID times. Our first question is, what is data breach? A data breach is an incident that exposes confidential or protected information. It might involve the loss or theft of your social security number, bank account or credit card number, personal health information, and passwords or email. Data breach can be intentional or accidental. A study conducted by IBM was that the average consolidated cost of a data breach was $4 million in 2016, which is expected to reach over $5 trillion by 2024, as per Juniper Research. The main effects of data breach are it reveals the personal information, pictures, as well as bank details of people to public. It causes threats and increased blackmailing leading to cybercrime. Loss of trust and certainty by stakeholders, and at the last, closure of companies, and many, many more. You all might have come across these news headlines in the recent past, like Marriott Hotel fined £18.4 million for data breach that hit millions. Major US Twitter accounts hacked in Bitcoin scam. Cyber attacks on UK businesses surged during lockdown, and etc. These headlines attracted my attention and motivated me to know more about the data breaches, how data breaches happen, and what can be done to stay safe. For that, I had gone through the following resources like news report, online encyclopedias, Wikipedia, and research paper. Though there are thousands of scams in cyber history, but I have outlined only a few of them, like in 1988, the Morris Worm. 2007, Estonian government networks were harassed by a denial of service attack by unknown foreign intruders. In 2009, a scam named Heartline Payment System hacked 130 million records. 2012, Red October scam, followed by 2013, Adobe System scam, 2014, Yahoo scam, and in 2016, Friend Finder Network scam, 2017, Equifax scam, and 2018, Under Armour scam, and many more. Robert Tappan Morris. He was the one who created the Morris worm in 1988. Kevin Paulson. He is known as Dark Dante, and he has hacked phone lines running in Los Angeles. Gary McKinnon. McKinnon is also known as Solo. He hacked military computers. And the world's most famous hacker, Kevin Mitnick. He started hacking in 1978 by copying company software. The COVID pandemic has changed temporarily and possibly forever the way we view and conduct business. It has resulted in consumers migrating to e-commerce and other online assets rather than risking exposure by physically entering business. Okay, the pie chart shown here in this slide depicts the results of research conducted by Harjinder Singh Lale and his team on cyber breach attacks across countries during COVID-19. It states that though it globally attacks most of the countries, but the most cyber breach targeted countries were China, United Kingdom, and USA. The bar graph shown here showed the data breach caused to different industries during COVID-19. As per the bar graph, the highest breach caused to the industries was healthcare, followed by energy and finance companies. As per Interpol of August 4, 2020, cybercrime has shown a significant target shift from individuals and small businesses to major corporations, government, and critical infrastructure. From January to April, 907,000 spam messages, 737 incidents related to malware, and 48,000 malicious URLs, all related to COVID-19, were detected. In my research, I studied the following top 5 data breaches in 2020. On July 15, 2020, nearly 130 high-profile Twitter accounts were hacked. That included Barack Obama, Bill Gates, Joe Biden, Jeff Bezos, Mr. Beast, and famous companies like Apple, Cashpays, etc. They were hacked by outside parties to promote a Bitcoin scam. Marriott Hotel data breach. On 31st March 2020, the hotel chain Marriott disclosed a security breach that impacted the data of more than 5.2 million hotel guests who used their company's loyalty application. As per the BBC News published on 30th October 2020, Marriott Hotel fined £18.4 million for data breach. MGM data dump. The news of the breach incident started to circulate in February 2020, when hackers leaked the personal details of 10.6 million hotel guests for free download. But in the later findings, the number increased by 14 times. These leaked files of guests included Justin Bieber, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and many major government agency officials. Zoom credentials up for sale. This application became vulnerable to various security threats and eventually became a victim of the data breach. In the first week of April 2020, the news of 500,000 stolen Zoom passwords available for sale in dark web crime forums shook the application user. They had account login credentials, victim personal meeting URLs, and host keys. These leaked account details belong to financial institutions, banks, colleges, and various organizations. Magellan Health. Magellan Health was struck by a ransomware attack and data breach in April 2020. This healthcare giant confirmed by stating that about 365,000 patients were affected in the sophisticated cyber attack. This attack was launched with a fully planned process where hackers first installed malware to steal employee login credentials. They leveraged a phishing scheme to gain access to systems. Then they sent the phishing mails, and at the last, they stole login credentials of employees, personal information, ID numbers, etc. Let me tell you the 6 most common ways how data breaches occur. 4% by physical action, if the devices are left unnoticed, like card skimming. 8% by unauthorized use, if the organization does not set up appropriate access. 17% by malware. Some kind of malware is used for RAM scrapping or to steal passwords. 22% by social engineering. Malicious emails are sent via phishing or pretexting to steal financial data. 22% by human error. Mistake is made by an employee either by careless use or not using safety measures. And 45% by criminal hacking. When the crew purchase the credentials on the dark web, they find them written down or crack them using password generating machine. Coming toward the future work on cyber breach, the COVID pandemic of 2020 is having many lasting effects. One of those is that we realize how vital cybersecurity is, especially in times when we are more vulnerable. Over the next 5 years, we can expect to see 146 billion data records being stolen, according to a new report by Juniper Research, reaching to 33 billion in 2023. So let's talk about the ways to protect you and your data from hackers. Leading cybersecurity in the new reality. By pulling together a country's level approach that links together cybersecurity, technology resilience, people, supply chain, and property issues. Focus on protecting critical capabilities and services. By re-establishing cyber hygiene culture, moving to new models of monitoring activities, and prioritizing investment in cyber automation. Balance risk-informed decisions during the crisis and beyond by revising approach to supply chain and defining meaningful cyber risk metrics. Update and practice your response and business continuity plans by revising resilience planning process and equipping crisis management team. Strengthen ecosystem-wide collaboration by cooperation, collaborating awareness, and intelligence sharing sessions. Now, I would like to conclude my research paper with following points. The global spread of COVID-19 has generated numerous privacy, data protection, and security and compliance questions. Rates of unemployment have also increased cybercrime to support themselves. To improve the cybersecurity situation, international board, politics, and IT as well as insurance companies are challenged. Research has to be improved by providing a single access point for every domain. Also, enabling central discussion forums and knowledge exchange points. Incentives must be generated to promote secure software development. At the last, international regulation in step with actual practice have to be created in areas where no intrinsic improvements are there. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you for being a great listener.
Sir, you are on mute.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, Rian, sorry. Now, you just mentioned the word dark web. Can you explain a little more about what's a dark web?
I'm sorry, sir, I don't get your...
No. Can you explain? You just mentioned the word dark web. Can you just explain what is a dark web? Why do you call it a dark web?
Dark web.
You just mentioned
Yes,
that
sir.
sold on the dark.
Dark web are those like the hackers, they use their website, so they send the link to the people via emails or any other social media app. For that, maybe what should we say, a hacker, they must have a modern, or no, they must have add something malicious to that website, so we can call it a dark web, and they send those links via emails or any other social app to the people, and the people click that send the link, and dark web. All the information gets stolen, personal IDs, contact numbers, anything.
And what about malware? What's a malware?
Wait, sir, wait, sir. I don't get
Malware,
the point.
malware.
Wait, sir. Malware? Okay, sir. Malware, it is a collective name of number of malicious software variants, including viruses, ransomware, spyware.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Turing test. Now it's time for our last team of the day, robotics.
Yes, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, beta, it is visible.
First of all, Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Good morning to one and all present here. Here Khalid Rashid Najmi of class 10C. My school code is robotics is going to present before you an overview on the theme cyber breaches during COVID times. This is the index of the topics covered in this presentation. What is cyber? Cyber is the prefix that denotes a relationship with the information technology. Cyber breach. Cyber breach is an intentional or unintentional release of secure or private information to an untrusted environment. Malware is the collective name for the number of malicious software variants. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, and networks and data from the malicious attacks. United States Department, Cybersecurity Agency, National Security Agency are some of the agencies working for cybersecurity. Advantages of cyber system. Online booking systems help in saving your productive time. Students have freedom to juggle their careers and school. Internet system can cost less due to many reasons. Helps in saving your productive time. Reduces transportation. Cyber system has literally taken over the education system during these difficult COVID days. Disadvantages of cyber system. Lowering of ethics in youths appearing exams, online at home, lack of sincerity towards studies, misuse of internet facilities, technology and services interruption like slowing of net while banking online, lack of data, leak of data due to cyber breaches, medical issues like mental disorders and increased eye disorders, etc. Why has cyber breach increased these days, especially 2020? Everyone going online during lockdown, using different applications as a source of entertainment, watching pirated movies from different sites like the Pirate Bay, Telegram, and Torrent, allowing cookies and third parties to access their websites, using unsecure websites. These are the examples which happened with me when I was downloading PowerPoint Microsoft in my smartphone. I tried to deny, but it was showing that then you will not be able to access the PowerPoint. Most of them are safe and secure, but some of them are very dangerous for you as well as your device. Effects of cyber breach on individuals: loss of trust, blackmailing, financial loss, reputational damage, operational disruptions, legal ramification, emotional stress, which may also lead to depressions. Impact on cybersecurity: increased security risk from remote working and learning, potential delays in cyber attacks detection and response, exposed physical security, influx of cyber criminals, a rise in COVID-related phishing and ransomware attacks, links between COVID, cyber breach, and cybersecurity. COVID-19 can already be classified as the largest ever cybersecurity threat. Cyber attacks are most prevalent in financial and banking sectors. Email phishing attacks were the most common source of data breaches while working from home. Cybercrime statistics during the pandemic. During COVID-19, the FBI reported the number of complaints about cyber attacks in about 4,000 a day, that is 400% increase from pre-coronavirus. Microsoft reports COVID-19 themed attacks where cyber criminals get access to system through the use of phishing have jumped to 20,000 to 30,000 a day in US. Zohar Finhasi is a cyber counterterrorism expert and founder of the cybersecurity firm Monster Cloud. It has reported that the ransomware attack were up 800% during the pandemic. Cyber breach on global level. This is the pie chart showing this. Cyber breach is highest in United States, followed by Netherlands and Germany. This is the line graph showing coronavirus related cyber breaches. It is showing that the cyber breaches are maximum in March 2020. Solutions to reduce cyber breach. Be alert of emails from unknown senders. Don't click on links or open attachments from those senders. Don't forward suspicious emails. Examine the sender's email address to ensure it's from a true account. Note grammatical errors in the text of the email. Report suspicious emails to the IT or security department. Install the corporate approved anti-phishing filter on browsers and emails. Use the corporate approved antivirus software to scan attachments. Never donate to charities via links included in an email. These are the images showing antiviruses and how to report phishing. These are the references. Acknowledgements. I am thankful to the Almighty Allah for His grace and rahmat. I am indebted to my respected teacher, Dr. Sayyid Asaf Ali sir, for his encouragement and guidance and hand-holding. I would also like to thank my parents and cousins. I am very grateful to the organizers of the event Maulana Azad Educational Fest 2020 New Horizon for allowing me to join as well as participating in this seminar. Thanks for patient hearing.
Robotics team, Khalid Najmi. Can you tell me what are the classification of viruses? You might have studied in your school days also. What are different types of viruses?
The different types of viruses are,
because you used this word in your presentation, although antiviruses, but can you tell me how do you classify them, that this virus of this type, this virus of this type? Any idea about it?
some malware, worm, spyware, adware.
Okay, any difference between the, how can you come with a difference between them? Maybe
Yes,
what's
sir.
a worm? What's a worm?
Yes, sir.
Just for the general idea about this thing.
Sir, worm is a type of malware that spread basically copies to itself from computer to computer, and it can replicate itself in an human interaction.
Okay.
Without
Okay. Suppose I send you a link which is fake. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
if then And if you're going to join this, you are directed to a wrong site, or maybe a site which is not. What type of security breach it is? If I'm
Yes, sir.
sending you,
Sir, please can you
if I'm
repeat?
sending you maybe a link, and you join this, and you are redirected to maybe suppose not to Amazon.com, maybe some other site which looks like Amazon. What type of
Yes, sir.
security breach it is?
Sir, it would be maybe, sir, it would be ransomware.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, robotics team. Now with this, we come to the conclusion of our computer department Maulana Azad Educational Fest competition. It was a very, heartwarming day where schools from all over the world, will say international schools, have participated in our events. Now, since these competitions are about technology, our result of the previous two events is already prepared, and those students and teachers have joined us. But we'll take another 10 minutes to prepare the result for these presentations that the students have just presented. And I'm going to use the technology. I'm going to make use of the technology for our judges, for our honorable judge to prepare the result. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send our honorable judge into a room where my two teachers are already present, and Tanveer Ahmed sir, Dr. Tanveer will be sent to that room, and he will be preparing the result, and he will come back. And it's a virtual room. So we are making use of this technology. So, sir, I'm sending you to a room. You will get a request. So kindly accept that request.
No, fine, thank you.
All right. So, sir has moved to. And in the meantime, Bachu, since we are talking about cyber crime, cyber breaches, and cyber threats, you must be agreeing with me that this is the most interesting and this is the most, fascinating topics of computers. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
and especially for the students of your age, when you are just gathering this information, you are collecting information, you are exposed to technology, and you are exposed to so many things which are so fascinating, that how these hacks takes place, what could be the impact of computer technology on the world. So the answer is, it is there is no limit what could be the impact of the computers and cyber threats on the world. So by the time our judge prepares the result, I'm going to show you a small documentary about cyber war. It's about cyber war. So all those who are present here in this meeting may or may not be related to computers. They can have an idea what could be the impact of a computer, how a complete war can be fought with the help of computer. So just enjoy this documentary. In the meantime, the results will be prepared.
Yes, sir.
In the United States, the Command Center for Cyber Operations is here at the ultra-secret National Security Agency in Fort Meade, Maryland. Some joke NSA should stand for No Such Agency. For most of its history, the NSA was so shrouded in secrecy Most Americans didn't even know it existed. But that all changed in 2013, when whistleblower Edward Snowden walked out the door with a huge cache of top-secret documents.
I've been following NSA for 30 years or so, and every now and then there's a little leak here, a little leak there, but nothing like this. This is extraordinary. Hundreds of thousands of documents released all at once.
Some of them famously revealed the existence of programs that empower the NSA to spy on American citizens by collecting emails, phone calls, and other personal data.
What we've seen over the last decade is we've seen a departure from sort of the traditional work of the National Security Agency. They've become the national hacking agency.
Other documents reveal that the agency is moving into new territory, developing offensive weapons to penetrate global networks in preparation for launching cyber. Cry from the original mission intended by President Truman in 1952. In those days, the NSA was all ears. Its listening posts eavesdropped on foreign radio and satellite transmissions and tapped underwater telephone cables.
Traditional signals intelligence was fairly passive. You know, it was an antenna or an alligator clip. And you had to wait for somebody to send a message, and you hope you were fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time.
But then the digital revolution and the internet gave the NSA new powers and a way to hack into distant computer networks.
In the cyber domain, you didn't have to wait for them to send a message. You could commute to their target. You could commute to where the information was stored and extracted from that network, even if they never intended to transmit it.
Today, the agency appears to have transformed from a passive listener into an active spy, able to infiltrate, steal, and when necessary, attack in cyberspace. General Michael Hayden helped shape that transformation, beginning in 1999 when he became director.
I get to Fort Meade about the turn of the millennium, right? We're focused on cyber. Cyber is espionage, but also the potential of cyber as a weapon, computer network attack.
Then came 9/11, and President George W. Bush ordered the NSA to begin planning in earnest for offensive cyber war. Eventually, to meet that need, the military created a new strategic unit, a partner to the NSA called Cyber Command. Its mission, to go beyond espionage using computers as weapons. Site M is the cover name for its massive new headquarters. It will eventually cover more than 1 million square feet, enough to add to NSA's headquarters complex some 14 new buildings and thousands of additional staff. Plus, a $1.5 billion data center in. By 2010, Cyber Command was ready for action. About the same time that the world got a glimpse of the first true cyber weapon, a surprisingly destructive computer worm, a self-replicating that came to be called Stuxnet.
Stuxnet is what we consider
Sir, the result of quiz is given.
Ma'am, now we are going to announce the result. Now we are ready with the results. I request all the participants that watch this documentary. It is available on YouTube, Stuxnet. You can type Stuxnet and you will get the documentary. Now, since we are ready with the result, I would like to request Humaira ma'am to open the presentation and we'll start with the first event of the day.
So please give me another 5 minutes, please.
Okay, ma'am. So, okay, till then we'll discuss this Stuxnet. Stuxnet was a virus developed by NSA, National Security Agency, that which belongs to Department of Defense, United States of America. And what that Stuxnet was capable of, it was capable of define a specific controller, the controller which is fixed in the nuclear uranium extraction procedure, the uranium which is extracted from the earth. There are pillars which extracts those uranium contents. So that Stuxnet was used to attack that PLC, that is the controller, program logic controller, which manipulates the frequency of the rotation of those pillars which were extracting the uranium content. So United States of America with that virus attacked the Iranian station, the nuclear mining station, and they destroyed that nuclear facility of Iran. Now, this is compared to any physical attack of missiles or rockets, which could have destroyed a complete area or complete system. That is why these cyber threats becoming so powerful, so and so popular these days. In fact, in the recent past month, China has launched a number of cyber attacks in India. A number of cyber attacks on India they have launched. So, cyber wars. Somebody has said that in future the wars will be fought with the help of bits and bytes, not with the help of bombs. So it is so dangerous thing. Now, under these circumstances, the best policy is to remain aware of the cyber threats which are present around us. As a student, it becomes your responsibility to spread that awareness, because okay, you are the young generation, you must be knowing about these things, but your parents, they may not be knowing about it. Your relatives, they may not be knowing about it. Your friends may not be knowing about it. So I think now Humera ma'am is ready with the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So the time is over. Now we are going to announce the result. Finally, the wait is over, in fact.
So you will be announcing the results, right?
Right. I would like to request everybody to mute. Yes, Sumira ma'am. First slide, please.
Yes.
Sprite programming. The first prize goes to New Horizon School, code TensorFlow, Arusha, Shireen. The second prize goes to New Horizon Public School, code Prologue. And the third prize goes to the Jabal Farasan International School. So well done all the candidates, all the participants. Many congratulations. Now we'll move on to the results of the quiz. The quiz was based upon artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and augmented reality. And here the first prize goes to New Horizon School, code TensorFlow, Alishba Rahman. Second prize goes to the Green School, Kalindi Kunj, code Lisp, Maria Azhar. And the third prize goes to Jabal Farasan International School, boys, code Turing test, Abdul Hanan. So many congratulations to all the winners, and the final one for which you have just worked hard and presented your presentations. So in the research paper and symposium cyber breaches during COVID-19, the first prize to Jabal Farasan International School. Excellent, well done. Code Turing test, Rayan Sabri. Many congratulations. The second prize goes to New Horizon School, code TensorFlow, Aman Nizam. And the third prize goes to Jabal Farasan International School, girls, code chatbot, Yashfin Fatima. Many congratulations to all the winners. So this brings us end of these events. Many congratulations to the winners. Many congratulations to the winners.
Thank you, sir.
And I hope you have liked the events, you have enjoyed the events. The winning and losing does not matter here. It is the competition that has been organized, and it is the participation that really matters. And schools from all over the world, as we have said, as we have discussed in the morning, from Japan, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, all of you have participated, and definitely there must have been some shortcomings with us, and definitely you must have learned something more from us. So since a bridge has been created between these international schools, let's promise that we are going to keep that bridge active and share our experiences, our knowledge with each other. Since teachers are also here, we as educators, we need to remain in touch. Thank you so much, teachers. Now, in the end, I would like to request our Honorable Judge, Dr. Tanveer Ahmed sir, to say a few words about this whole day.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rais, and thank you all the organizers of New Horizon School for the 15 NHS Maulana Azad Educational Fest 2020. I have been a part of this fest, but of course for the first time on an online mode, and this is obviously giving me quite a good amount of energy that things can be done in across the world in a better way also, and the students also enjoying this thing. Congratulations to all the participants for participating in this events, and of course that is one of the most important thing, to participate and to participate with the best preparations. Congratulations to all the winners, and hope we'll continue the legacy and keep on doing more in life. Best of luck for all your future, and best of luck what you intend to do in your future careers. I would like to thank everyone, the principal of your school, of Sulekha Mehra ma'am, and just keep in mind that make a goal and pursue the goal with that. Just I would like to tell you all that even I was working in the New Horizon School around 25 years back for a brief period of 1 year, and after being a part of a New Horizon School in 1997, I moved on to the and I moved to the other thing. Therefore, the thing is that you have to dream big and try to do to get into that thing. That means you have to dream, of course, the biggest what you can achieve, and you put an effort to get into that position. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
So much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to express my gratitude towards you, because on a very short notice you have joined us and you have given us the whole day, despite an extremely busy schedule. where you have lectures to be taken, where you have college students to be managed, but still you have devoted the whole day to us. And at the same time, I'm extremely thankful to all the participants, all the teachers, coordinating teachers, and the students. I hope you have enjoyed it, you have liked the event, and in future also you will remain part of these kind of events which we are conducting. So if any student would like to say anything from this presentation competition, if anybody wants to express themselves, we are open for that.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you, sir, for organizing this event. It was really wonderful, and I learned a lot of things by this presenting and like finding information. And I have gone through this experience. It was really a wonderful experience, and I thank you for organizing this event. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes. So anyone else would like to?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So I want to share my experience through the quiz competition. I'm really happy that it was a very new subject for us, and first time we have attempted online. So it was there only, but it was a very new subject which I found. But still, I gave my 100%, and Allah have rewarded me for this. So I just wanted to see, could you please share the presentation again of the results? I just want to take a snapshot of that.
Of the awards that we
Yes, the
have
result,
shown.
that second slide.
Okay, no problems. Humaira ma'am, please display the presentation once more. And we'll also be sharing a feedback link with your teachers and with you. So please fill the feedback using the link. We'll be sharing along with your coordinating teachers the feedback link. And
Okay, right, sir. Now I think I can leave. Thank you for all, and you can leave.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot express it in words how much grateful we are.
No, thanks a lot. I will always be part of any activities what you will do in the future. And of course, I'll be delighted to be a part of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Come first time.
And these results,
Thank you, sir.
these results will also be shared with your coordinating teachers in the WhatsApp group that we have made for them. So एक बार slides दिखा दीजिए.
Yes, sir. Third slide, please. Quiz one.
अर्षव ऐसे कुछ लड़के का नाम था थर्ड लड़की क्या?
Bashar, please mute
Please
yourself.
mute yourselves.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Continue with this slide.
With the quiz? Okay.
Yes.
First, New Horizon School, Code TensorFlow, Alishba Rahman. Second, the Green School, Kalindi Kunj, Code Lisp, Maria Azhar. And third is Jabal Farasan International School Boys, KSA, Code Turing Test, Abdul Hannan. In the research paper, first, Jabal Farasan International School Boys, KSA, Code Turing Test, Rayan Sabri. Second, New Horizon School, Code TensorFlow, Aman Nizam. Third, Farasan International School Girls, KSA, Code Chatbot, Yashveen Fatima. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Humaira ma'am. So I'm ending this meeting, hoping to see you all next year. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.